Close your eyes for a moment, and ask yourself, what have you really been taught? What you are about to hear, you will never, ever hear in any school. No teacher, no principal, nor the education system itself has permission to reveal this to you. It is the most uncomfortable truth, and that is why it is kept hidden. From the moment we are born, we are already in a game. Not a board game, but a game of life, a global chessboard with unwritten rules. But instead of giving you a manual, they hand you a blindfold. They throw you into the arena, and most people go through their entire lives without even realizing they have been playing, or worse, that they have been playing for someone else to win. They put you in school. And school, let's be brutally honest, is not educating you to be free, it is training you to be an excellent player for someone else. They teach you history, complex mathematics, literature, but they never give you the most crucial lesson, how real life, money, and freedom work. Why do you think this happens? Is it a mistake? No. It's a feature. The socio-economic system needs a disciplined, obedient, and, above all, predictable workforce. It needs people who get up at 6 a.m., work 8 hours, pay their taxes, and come home exhausted. The system needs you to work, to be productive, to toe the line. It doesn't need you to think freely, to question the schedule, or, much less, to devise an escape route. That's why 99% of people follow a pre-established script: good grades, university, a job with a stable salary, a 30-year mortgage, consumer debt, and a retirement fund that, hopefully, will arrive on time. And while you chase that supposed security, time passes. And when you look at the clock and see that half your life is gone, you realize you've been running on someone else's treadmill. It's too late. But, as I told you, there's another path. There's a 1% who have decoded the board. Those who know the hidden manual. The story of the salary slave. Think about Ricardo. Ricardo did everything right. He graduated with honors, landed a job at a large corporation. His life was a perfect routine: 8 a.m. At the office, coffee, meetings, and at the end of the month, a salary that barely covered his mortgage, car payment, and the small luxuries that reminded him he was getting ahead. Ricardo felt secure for 20 years. But the day the company announced a massive restructuring and handed him his box of belongings, Ricardo found himself at 45, with no income-generating assets and the certainty that he had sold his best years for the illusion of a paycheck. He had traded time for money, and when the job ended, he was left with neither. This is the 99% trap. Knowledge is the only asset that can't be taken from you, and these are the 3 rules that will take you out of Ricardo's orbit and put you on the path to true freedom. Rule number 1, learn to manage your money. Be the boss, not the slave. Ordinary people operate with a simple formula: income, expenses equals savings, or debt. This formula is a direct path to frustration. You'll always find something to spend. Consumption is an endless force. The freedom mindset operates with a radically different formula: income, investment, strategic savings equals expenses. You have to pay yourself first, and I don't mean buying yourself a treat. I mean nurturing your financial freedom. Practical tip: the misunderstood 25-50-25 principle. Many people try the 50-30-20 needs, wants, savings rule, but fail because saving is the last thing they do. You have to implement the automatic allocation flow principle. 10% of every income goes directly into your freedom account, investment. This money is never touched, ever. This is your army of hardworking money. 10% of every income goes directly into your education account, high-value skills. Because your mind is your greatest asset. The remaining 80% is what you have to live on. And if that 80% isn't enough, you have an income problem, not an expense problem, which brings us to rule 2. If you don't master this allocation, you'll be a slave to your paycheck. If you master it, you're in control. If this radical way of looking at your finances is opening your eyes and you want more practical guides, allocation strategies, and how to escape the paycheck trap, now's the time to make a decision. Take the plunge. Subscribe to the channel right now. Don't let this be a video you watch and forget. Make it the turning point in your life. Rule number 2, create assets, not debt. Understanding compound interest. This is where things get serious. We need to redefine what we've been sold as success. Liabilities, anything that takes money out of your pocket. The car payment that depreciates, the credit card balance, with 25% interest, the personal loan. These are invisible chains. Assets, anything that puts money in your pocket. A small digital business, an investment in index funds that pays dividends, knowledge you monetize, an online course, a property you rent out. These are cash flow generators. The system pushes you down a path of bad debt, consumption, and rewards you for it with more credit. The key is to invest in assets that generate positive cash flow to cover your expenses. Imagine two people, Louisa and Marta. They both earn €2,000 a month. Louisa buys a €20,000 car on credit. Her asset is a liability that costs her €400 a month in payments, insurance, and gas. Marta invests those €400 a month in acquiring and building a digital asset. She creates a small blog specializing in a niche, which she monetizes with advertising and affiliate marketing. It takes her a year, but by the end of that year, her blog is generating €100 a month passively. The following year, she reinvests those €100 and continues investing her initial €400, scaling the asset. After 5 years, Marta has an asset that generates €1,500 a month. She has used her time to build a system. Louisa is still paying off her, now old, car and feels stuck. The difference is the direction. Louisa is chasing money. Marta is building the machine that produces it. The power of €100, your first asset doesn't have to be a mansion. You have to invest €100 in something that teaches you how the asset ecosystem works, a digital marketing course, an investment book, an index fund. That first step, however small, is the hardest to take because it takes you out of your mental comfort zone. Rule number 3, make money work for you. Financial immortality. This rule is the culmination of the previous 2. If you trade your time for money, your income ceiling will always be your own life. You have 24 hours. End of story. If your money works for you, there is no ceiling. Your money doesn't sleep, doesn't take vacations, and doesn't get tired. The snowball effect, the secret to generational wealth. Wealth isn't created by winning the lottery. It's created by compound interest. You have to see your invested money as a small snowball rolling downhill. At first, it's slow and small. But as it rolls, it gathers more snow, returns, and gets bigger and faster, returns on returns. After 15 years, it's not the money you initially put in that makes you rich, it's the interest that the interest generated. It's the mathematical miracle. Practical example. Investing €300 a month for 30 years with a modest 7% annual return doesn't leave you with the €108,000 you put in. It leaves you with more than €360,000. The difference of €252,000 is money your money made for you, without you having to lift a finger. For this to work, you need the most powerful tools of the modern age, information and speed. We live in the only time in history where an individual, with just a phone and an internet connection, can challenge a multi-billion-dollar corporation and win. The internet is the asset factory of the 21st century. Artificial intelligence is the foreman that allows you to automate production and scale. Before, if you wanted to learn how to invest, you had to pay an expensive advisor or pursue a university degree. Today, the best books, the most advanced courses, and analytical charts are just a click away. Before, starting a business required an office, inventory, and employees. Today, you can launch a digital product, a consulting service, or an online store with minimal initial investment. AI, your 24/7 high-performing employee. AI isn't a futuristic tool, it's your current production tool. It can create content, generate script drafts, articles, and emails. Automate communication, respond to customers, manage social media. Analyze data, determine which products sell best, which investments have the lowest risk. AI multiplies your time. It transforms 8 hours of your work into what used to be 80 hours. It's the ultimate expression of Rule 3, you're making technology work for you, freeing up your time. True freedom isn't having $1 billion in the bank. It's the ability to make decisions based on passion, not necessity. It's the option to say no to your alarm clock, to spend the afternoon with your family instead of in a meeting. And that option, that freedom of choice, is only provided by the cash flow generated by your assets. We've covered the 3 fundamental rules and the new technology that accelerates them. But implementation is the hard part. If you want us to continue breaking down these AI tools, if you want specific tutorials on how to start building that first digital asset and how to use technology to your advantage, you need to make sure you don't miss the next level. Turn on notifications now. You won't regret making this small click that will give you a huge advantage. The only thing, and I repeat, the only thing, that you can't buy, can't duplicate, and can't get back is time. Money comes back. If you lose an investment, you can learn, work, and recover it. The knowledge you acquire isn't lost. But every day that passes, every hour you dedicate to building someone else's dream, is a piece of your life that evaporates forever. This is the final revelation that all free people discover: the true goal of the game isn't to make money. It's to make time. Money is just the tool, the vehicle. Time is the destination, the only truly irretrievable asset. The best, the only, the most elegant way to beat time is by applying these 3 rules: manage your money so that it goes solely toward building. Create assets that generate constant cash flow. Make that money work for you 24/7, using technology as an amplifier. Use money to build systems, structures, and digital infrastructure that buy you the most valuable thing there is: time. Time to create, time to travel, time to be present. The moment to start building your time machine isn't someday. It's now. This very second. Because the sooner you start, the faster the formula accelerates: earlier start rate, more capital invested, faster compound interest, more time gained, absolute freedom. Stop being the player you were programmed to be. Become the architect of your own board. Now that you know the rules, the responsibility is yours. If you feel the fire of freedom burning inside you, if you're ready to stop trading time for money and start building assets today, don't just watch this video. Join the community of those who are rewriting the rules. If you haven't subscribed and turned on notifications, do it now. And leave me a comment: which of the 3 rules, management, assets, or multiplication, are you going to tackle first? I'll be reading your posts to find out who I'll be walking this path with. The game has changed. Welcome to the 1%.